ranking all the different Marvel Rivals heroes now, I don't think um, anyone after the Fantastic Four is in it, so I don't think Emma Frost or Ultron or Phoenix or Blade's in it, but everyone else who's in it, so um, Adam Warlock. Um, I kind of think Adam Warlock's not that good. I don't like how his primary doesn't heal people. His ultimates, not terrible. Maybe like, see, he's really annoying to deal with because he heals himself and other people. Maybe like B tier probably. Black Panther is actually really good. I don't really use him on camera a lot, but he's actually not that bad. I'd put him in A tier, but I don't use him too often, and I wouldn't say I'm the best. But if I'm putting him on A tier, he's probably good because, like I said, I'm not very good at it. Captain America, I've said it's been one of my favorites, so I'll put him. I don't think he's A tier. I don't think he's quite as good as Black Panther. Mm. Actually, no, he's probably better than Black Panther, but not a lot. Yeah, because I'm just remembering his thing where he throws his shield for 3 seconds or a few seconds. It's pretty good. Cloak and Dagger, it's pretty good. I think it's a bit overrated though. Maybe like low I tier. Cloak's really good because he does a load of damage and he has the disappearing thing. Dagger's not the best for healing though. There's definitely better healers like Invisible Woman. I think is very good, and Luna Snow's not bad either. So Doctor Strange, I think, is also very overrated. His portal's pretty good, like last minute. But his orbs are really hard to get kills on, and they go really slow, and they're really easy to um uh dodge. But his ultimate's also it's kind of annoying if you're a squishy and you're on no health, but apart from that, it's really not that bad because you can usually survive it because most of the time people are using their primaries against you, which don't do as much damage. So, yeah, he's probably there. Groot's not actually too bad. I don't use him very often, but I know his kit, and I think his kit's pretty good. He's got a really good ultimate, where it brings everyone in, and it's really good for like Scarlet Witches or Iron Man's thing, or even Jeff's has a good ultimate for it. Moon Knight too, and all. But so yeah, I think it's pretty solid. Maybe like probably high B tier. So yeah. Hawkeye. Hawkeye's not the best. I mean, he's all right, but you really need to have good aim, and even his ultimate isn't the best. Like it's still good, but it's there's definitely better ultimates. I don't really think I get killed too much by um Hawkeyes, especially their ultimates. Um, cause yeah, I just don't really, So maybe like probably C tier. Yeah, he's not that good. Hella's really good, and I really like Hella. I've used her quite a lot. Um, I would say she's probably S tier. I really like her crow because it can get you out of battles, and her ultimate's really good. Although it's really easy to dodge, you just kind of have to go out of sight. But you can definitely get a couple of kills, and it can kill tanks and all. So it's pretty good. I really like her projectiles and their hit scans, so that's really nice. Yeah, Hulk's not terrible, but I wouldn't say he's as good as Captain America. Probably probably high B tier, higher than Groot, maybe not, but he's definitely high on the tier list because he's really powerful. He also has two lives, which is really useful. And I know it's not too common that you get away with Bruce Banner, but sometimes you do, and then you can go and get a few picks off people. You wouldn't kill them as often, but you definitely get good picks off of them. Um, Iron Fist is D tier because I just don't like Iron Fist. I can't really use him that well. I feel like his things are really slow unless you've got I think it's the E ability, and it only lasts a couple seconds. And yeah, his ultimate's not amazing. It's just kind of like an E, but constantly, maybe a bit faster. Um, but it's really not that good. He's really hard to get kills on. So yeah, probably D tier. Iron Man's not actually too bad. He's probably up there with Groot. I don't use him too often, but I really like his ultimate. It's a good pair with Groot, like I said earlier. I really like his projectiles and his Uni Beam works. I really like his E ability. Probably like B tier. He's pretty good. Jeff the Shark, he got nerfed, but I used him recently for the first time in ages, and he's not as bad as I thought he was. I thought he was terrible, but honestly, I think it works. I really like the way the squirty thing does damage, and it does piercing damage, which is really good because that means you can get multiple people in a row and just wipe them out. His ultimate's not the best. If you get a good use of it, it's very good, but it's a lot harder to find edges now, I think, in the new season. So he's definitely not as high as he would have been, but I'll probably give him probably maybe there B tier, just above Hulk. I think he's better than I thought he was. In fact, I might actually move him up to A tier because he actually is pretty good now. His piercing damage, like I said, really um, gets you loads of kills, and it heals people, which is obviously one of the main things of a healer. The only problem is his ultimate doesn't heal people. It's more for offense. I guess you could argue that you could take your team away, but I don't think anybody does that. So um yeah. Now Loki, I don't really like Loki. I feel like he's really hard to use. I think I put him in D tier, just above Iron Fist. Now he does solve one of the problems that I have with Adam Warlock, which is obviously that his primary doesn't do a lot of damage, but um his ultimate, I know it kind of copies any ultimate, but honestly, I feel like unless you're a good Loki user and you take Jeff the Shark, and like I think I actually had a video of a really good Jeff, just wiping my team out, but and he kept on stealing my abilities. That was before the Jeff thing. I'm not sure if it's on camera or not, but yeah, I don't think they really like use the ability the same one. There's one that they usually copy. Someone who they copy particularly, I can't think of right now. I think it's usually the healers. I think they copy a lot. So, um, yeah. I just can't really use him. I don't like his primary. So yeah, Luna Snow. I've used her in quite a lot of my videos. I'd say high A tier. I think she's a really strong hero, really strong support. I wouldn't go as far to say S tier, but definitely A tier seems suiting for Luna Snow. I really like her snowball that she throws and it stuns people. It's a really good stun. It's really powerful, and it's really easy to land. Like Mantis's isn't because of all the drop on it, but hers is because it's just straight fire. I'm pretty sure. Um, and her she's practically a sniper. I know technically she isn't, but she is. Yeah, there's nothing bad about Luna Snow. She's also got good movement on her, so I'd put her in A tier. I don't use her as often as I used to. Her ultimate's really good though. Magic, I feel like, is really underrated. I would put her maybe just above Black Panther. And the reason being is I think it's her A ability. Like, it brings people up in the air, and it's really powerful. And she also has really good range on her sword attack. Like, you could be on the other side of the map, and she'd still be hitting you with her primary attack. Definitely really strong. Her the problem is with her ultimate. I feel like I always get killed almost instantly, even if they're not even focusing me as much. But that's probably just bad timing on my part. She's got a good enough range to attack. You know, it's not the best. Um, and she has her wee like portal things, which I think are really cool. Um, so yeah, I think she's a good character. Mantis, I wouldn't really use, but I know a lot of people like her. Um, her healing's not terrible, but I still think there are definitely better healers. She's good at offense as well. I would probably put her maybe just above Adam Warlock. She's a good bit better than Adam Warlock, but I don't think she's. Um, but I don't. I think Adam shouldn't go in C tier and she shouldn't go in A tier or any of the above. Go in A tier. So yeah, I don't think Hulk or Groot or Iron Man belong in A tier. So I think B tier suits her perfectly. But there's definitely a big gap between her and Adam Warlock, I think. So yeah. Moon Knight's pretty strong. His ultimate's really good. You can definitely get kills with it. His onk's really good as well. And you just shoot at it. I don't really use him as often. I don't think I've ever used him on the channel before, but he is definitely a good one to use. So his glide ability is pretty good as well. So I would probably put him probably high B tier, above Iron Man. Yeah, probably just above Iron Man. So some maybe even A tier, but I don't know. I'll decide at the end. Um, Neymar, I feel like Neymar is all right. He doesn't have a good ultimate. There's definitely better ultimates. His spears can be kind of hard to land, especially with the drops. So you can't really get headshots as easily. But he is a pretty solid character. I don't. I think I'd put him in C tier. Just his wheel can be kind of annoying, but I don't think I get killed as often by it as other ones. Like for example, well, as Jeff, I always got killed by Iron Man, and yeah. In fact, I nearly think I get killed more by the cloak and dagger ultimate, which does a bit of damage. So more than I would Neymar, but yeah. Next is Magneto. I think he goes in S tier. He's a really strong tank. Not sure if I've used him too recently on the channel, but I really like his pokes that you can get in with the purple spikes. He's also got pretty good shield by it. And his ultimate's really good. It does like 300 damage, or and I think it might be able to do 600 damage as well. People use it to counter other ultimates all the time, but I'm still like learning him. But the fact that he's an S tier and I'm still learning him says a lot. So next is Penny. Penny is not bad. I definitely used to like her more. Um, I feel like a Lord Penny is really hard to deal with, but I'm not sure. She's definitely a good character, but I think I might put her. I think she might be better than Doctor Strange and Adam Warlock, and probably Mantis too. But she's not better than the Hulk. So there's, I think, is pretty fitting. Psylocke. Now I used to really like Psylocke, and she's still pretty solid. But I used to be a lot better with her. I've definitely lost it. Now, if it were the old me, I would definitely put her in S tier. But honestly, um I kind of think she might even not even be as good as Penny or um Mantis. I'm not sure. I might put her there. I think that's a pretty alright spot. I know I just said she's not as good as Penny or Mantis, but I think there's an alright spot. Or maybe, in fact, I might actually put her a bit above the Hulk. So, yeah. Punisher's not bad. He fires really fast. It's like nearly hit scan. I don't think it is quite hit scan, but it is incredibly fast. His turret or his ultimate is really strong. It can kill everyone really fast. I don't think there's anyone who can block it fully um, with anything except for Magneto's ultimate, but that just, I definitely put him. I think I think S tier is pretty good. I don't think I use him too often, but he is very strong and yeah. Rocket's not bad. I wouldn't use him as often as I use some of the other healers. Some people say his ultimate's really good. I think it's alright. I think it's more just that I don't think it. I think it's alright though because it doesn't do like how it does like the shield thing, not the health. So I think that's the only reason that I'd put him lower. Although it's probably better doing the shield thing than just healing because you're like more invincible. Like you've got your health afterwards as well. Probably somewhere like um, I wouldn't say it's as good as these three. Maybe like there seems pretty fitting. So you need really good aim for his minigun, like really good aim for his minigun, better than Hella's, I think, because it's a bit more spread and all. But if you can land your headshots, he's probably an S tier, but I'm not sure. Um, Squirrel Girl, she's not terrible. I would probably put her. I feel like I don't know, maybe A tier, maybe a bit lower. Um, she's really good to get kills on. Her ultimate isn't the best. Like, although I always get killed by it and I can never get kills with it. I think she's definitely A tier because I know it's instant lock, but it's still really good and you can get loads of damage with it. You don't really get a lot of damage with it, but you get a lot of kills with it. And it's really helpful. She's also got good enough stun, so I think that's a fitting spot for her. Next we have Star Lord. Star Lord, I wouldn't be the biggest fan of Star Lord. I'd probably put him somewhere like C. His ultimate, it is a really strong ultimate, but I don't like his kit. I don't really like the E ability or anything. Well, the E ability is not that bad, but you need to have good aim to use him. If you've got good aim, he'd probably be a lot higher. Maybe an A tier, but I think C tier fits very well. It just works. I think Spider Man. Spider Man. I don't really like. I think he's very complicated, and I know I said Black Panther was A, but he's a diver that's very complicated, and I think you need to know how to use him to be good with him and to like him. For me though, cause my tier list, I'd probably put him above Iron Fist, but below Loki, cause I don't think I could use him or get any kills on him or any damage or anything. Storm, Storm isn't terrible at all. But she doesn't do a lot of damage, and I used her earlier today, and it's her primary has a really small hitbox. I feel like it's really hard to get your shots on, although her secondary ability is really strong, and you barely even have to be aiming at the person to hit them. It's really easy to hit them. Um, so for that reason, I think I would put her maybe high D tier or high C tier, maybe low B tier, but high C tier for now. Scarlet Witch, I think, is better than most people say. Her ultimate, though, isn't great, and you always get like beamed out of the sky. Um, Although it's really easy to counter if you don't, you just hide behind something. I feel like her lock on ability is really good, and her E ability is not terrible, but I wouldn't use it too often. Her secondary ability is very strong, but you only get four of them, so but you can charge it up really quickly with the primary, so probably maybe like maybe there. I think that's a good spot. Maybe a bit above Rocket there. I think that's a good spot. Thor, I think, is a really underrated character. I think he's pretty alright. He's got strong hit. People say his ultimate's really bad, but I actually quite like his ultimate. I think it's I think it's alright. I think his ultimate does a lot of damage, a lot more damage than you think, 'cause it obviously damages you if you're just in the circle. So, and then obviously when he comes down with the hammer, I'd probably go and say he's low A tier, just behind Squirrel, or in fact maybe a bit in front of Squirrel Girl. So Venom, if it was the old me, I would definitely like the old me before Psylocke and all. I would definitely say that he's very good, but I've kind of lost a lot of skill with him. Probably B tier. I think he's better than Doctor Strange and Adam Warlock. Maybe I think just there is fitting for him. Maybe a bit below Scarlet Witch. I'm also gonna change Adam Warlock, and so it's like that. Just I think he's a bit better. Maybe even Mantis might go down too. Yeah. So um, Black Widow, feel like Black Widow is really underrated. I don't use her very often, but every time I have, I think she's been alright so long as she can hit your shots. Her ultimate ability, it took me a minute to figure out that you had to hold it in, but once you did, it still didn't really do a lot of damage, and the slowness doesn't really do anything. I'd probably say just below Storm, because I don't think she's great. Wolverine, I don't think I've ever really used. I don't think I've used him for a full game, but I feel like his kit's really hard to figure out. Um, I know people say he's a really good. I know people say he's a really good DPS and he's good for getting rid of tanks and all, but I think there's definitely better heroes than him. I would probably. This is probably going to be quite controversial, but I think I might put him below Hawkeye, or in fact, I might even put him below Spider-Man because I feel like I could definitely use Spider-Man better than him. Although I think if I knew how to use him, he would definitely be a lot higher on the list, maybe even S tier. I don't know. Next is Bucky, or the Winter Soldier. He's he is actually pretty alright. Although people get like 30 kills with this ultimate, and I just can't do it. I really do like his kit though. I think it's really good. I'm actually gonna move scroll down to there, but I think if you know how to use his ultimate, he's definitely A or S tier. But I think I'm gonna put him just maybe above Squirrel Girl, or actually maybe above Squirrel, maybe a bit below Squirrel Girl. If you've got a really good aim though, definitely A or S tier. So yeah, Invisible Woman. I think everyone knows. I feel really good about Invisible Woman. Definitely an A tier. Or an S tier. I think she's really good. I think she's got really good healing. And um, a really good ultimate. I was actually going to make a video like before this about it, but I lost all the audio, so or I didn't lose it, but it was very faint and you couldn't hear it. So instead, I'm making this video now, and so I think this is definitely an S tier. Mr. Fantastic, I think people know how to use him, and I just don't. His ultimates really hard to use because of all like the movement and all. Um, I definitely think there's better ones. He's got good. He's got an alright primary fire. I'll probably put him probably like I'm gonna move him up. I'd probably put him probably like there. I think that's the fitting spot. So that's my tier list. If you think it's wrong, or you think, or if you disagree in any way, yeah, make sure to tell me. But that's how I imagine every single healer and DPS and tank. So yeah, let me know what you think.